What's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and today I'm team building around Life Orb Dragon Dance Mew for Sword and Shield OU. Then I will be testing it out on the Pokemon Showdown ladder. You might find Adamant Nature very interesting on this moveset because it doesn't allow it to outspeed Hydreigon as well as Mimic You. However, this is going to be an Aurora Veil team with Alolan Ninetales just because I haven't had the chance to try that yet. And I think that behind the veil we should be able to take those super effective hits pretty easily. And I really think the Adamant Nature is going to be useful when trying to knock out like bulky Corviknight with +1 Adamant Flare Blitz. So that's why I'm opting for that. Let's go ahead and run Light Clay with Aurora Veil, of course. I believe the best set is like Aurora Veil. We want Hail in case people try to reverse weather on us, and then we can run Freeze Dry, which is actually really useful against rain teams because they tend to run Mantine and Seismitoad. We can very easily win this scenario by switching this in, getting up our own weather and forcing them out, which just gives us free Aurora Veil. And then, of course, we want Hypnosis. Even though it's very inconsistent, sometimes you need it to win a situation, so I figured I might as well have it because there isn't really much else you want besides maybe like Fairy coverage, but I think Freeze Dry can hit those Dragon types either way. Let's go ahead and run Timid Nature right now. That is a relaxed. Timid, come back to me. And let's run 8 in special attack. So there we go. I very much like that. One thing that I really like to do when I run hyper offense, particularly screens is what I used to do it with, is run weakness policy Tyranitar. It can be such an easy way to cheese wins because T-Tar's bulk basically requires that you hit it super effectively to be able to knock it out in one hit, and if that's behind Veil, it's not going to go down, and we can just rock polish up and get a weakness policy activated. So I definitely want to take advantage of that. Let's run Stone Edge, Crunch, and Fire Punch. Fire Punch is really good because that's able to beat Ferrothorn. And while we can, beat that with the Flare Blitz from Mew as well, I definitely don't want to take like 50% from Recoil plus Iron Bard. So I think Fire Punch could help out. Even if T-Tar doesn't win the game, at least if it does that, Mew should have a much easier time. I'll make a Jolly Nature because I think the Jolly allows it to outspeed stuff like Zera. Actually, Adamant +2 should outspeed Zera too. There's something I need Jolly for. Zazo told me about the speed tiers and I completely forgot what he said, but maybe we'll find out today. I just know there is something that I need Jolly for, so we'll see. What do I want to do now though? I definitely need hazards of my own. What could I do with hazards? What would hazards help? I mean, shipping down Corviknight could make it so I could run Jolly Mew, but I still think it's not really reliable when Corviknight's really good against, like, Drill, just defogging, so maybe I just stick with the Adamant Flare Blitz, but I could go Drill anyway. I could also go a Selgor. A Selgor, do you get Overcoat? You don't get Overcoat. That actually sucks, because the Focus Sash would get broken by Sandstream, so I would be forced to lead, like, a Selgor to get up hazards before I could use my Aurora Veil or anything like that, which doesn't sound that great. I think it's a Scavalier that gets Overcoat, right? Pretty sure that's the case, yeah, so I think because of that, I'm going to go with the Drill instead. We'll go Excadrill because, I mean, it still takes Hail Chip, but it doesn't get affected by the sand at the very least, and also what this kind of does is play some mind games because people might think that I'm like a Sandrush variant of these two. Well, of Drill when they see T-Tar, right? So that's something I can maybe take advantage of, but it should be pretty obvious. I'm like some sort of lone win condition T-Tar plus like Sash lead Drill, because why would I run Sash T-Tar with rocks or anything like that, right? Let's go ahead and run a Jolly Nature on this to be able to outspeed opposing Mimikyu. Could be useful in case I don't end up getting the Veil and I need the speed tier since my Mew is Adamant, so let's go ahead and do that because a lot of Mimikyus like to run Adamant Nature as well, and then I can just Mold Breaker Iron Head through them. We'll run Stealth Rocks, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Rapid Spin, of course, so there we go. Now what I want is a spin blocker, so ghost types in the tier include Aegislash, Dragapult, and what's the other one? There's something else that's pretty big. Obviously there's Mimikyu, but Aegislash, Dragapult, what am I missing? Hello? There's definitely a third big one that I can't remember right now. Well, I think I go Dragapult either way. Gengar is the one, yeah. Scarf Gengar is definitely something that's prevalent. I don't think it's as good as Dragapult, though, because Dragapult's speed tier just makes it so much better, in my opinion. Despite the fact that the special attack stat isn't very high, the double Dragon Stab, or the Dragon Stab in general, just makes it a lot better than the Poison Stab as well. So I'll go Dragapult right here, and then we'll run Specs. Let me make sure I update the ability to Infiltrator, and then we'll go Draco Meteor, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, and U-Turn. And then I'll go max special attack, max speed, with Timid Nature, of course, because I want to be able to outspeed Pokemon like... I guess random birds get outside of rain is really all I need the Timid for, right? Do I want to go Modest? I mean, it could be good to speed tie against opposing Dragapult. You never know when I'll run into that scenario, because, like, the only other Dragapult check I really have is T-Tar, and when I'm trying to win with that Pokemon, I think it might be worth it to go for the speed tie instead. What do I need for this last slot is the question. Yeah, I think Timid Dragapult is the way to go right here, especially considering I already have a lot of breaking potential with Adamant Mew. I don't think I need even more with this. I'm also really glad I have an actual special attacker on the board right now, because I don't think only running Freeze Dry, Alola, and Ninetales for my special offense was going to get me anywhere. So there's a few options. I could just go Cloyster and try to cheese wins with King's Rock. I haven't done that in a while, so it could be fun. The other options people like to run on like screen sort of teams are like Dragon Dance sweepers like Kyurem. I've seen Dragon Dance Kyurem on like screens a few times. I've also seen Mimikyu on screens, but I already have my Ghost type. I don't really feel the need to run that. Rock Polish Tracheon could be good, but its bulk is so bad that I don't even think it's worth running on screens. It'll probably just get dropped anyway. Plus, I already have a Rock type, so I think we'll just go Cloyster with King's Rock and Skill Link. Shell Smash with Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, and because I'm going to go Adamant on this as well, I'll run Ice Shard. I think if you go Jolly, you can get away with running something like Liquidation, but when you're running Adamant, you really want the Adamant Ice Shard priority, so let's go ahead and do that with, I guess, Foreign Spadef. Well, I mean, we're dying to every special hit anyway, let's just put it in defense, and I think that will be the team. The abilities look good, right? Snow Cloak is actually not the correct ability. Let's make it Snow Warning, and then play. Alright, I have a game right now. Corviknight makes the game really tough because both of my lead Pokemon hate it, but I can play a bit offensively and maybe double into like Dragapult and get momentum that way. I definitely have to watch out for Obstagoon though. The fact that they have a Shadow Ball immunity and a Draco immunity makes this tough as well, but Flamethrower is at least kind of decent. The problem is that doesn't 2-hit KO Clef. Either way, what I'll do is lead Drill. They end up leading off with the Zera. I like highly doubt you stay in here. Like, why would you risk Zera against my team when you have a Corviknight? But yeah, it's probably worth it to force the defog. Let's go right for Rocks. Yeah, because at least this way I can get the Dragapult in on the defog instead of the U-turn. I think that's better. They actually double into Zera, so they're potentially letting me keep hazards up at this rate. I don't know what Zera wants to do, but I can't really risk it having like a Life Orb knockoff here. That would be horrible. We'll make the Drill play, as I actually end up catching Clef, which is great. So I could be aggressive against the Corviknight, like I mentioned, but if they just stay in as I double to Dragapult and Moonblast, that's horrible. I don't see why they would make that play, though. Like, if this Clefable can take a hit for my Tyranitar, I think they would want to keep it around, right? We do see that it's Magic Guard, not Unaware. So maybe that gives them some incentive to not keep it around. I think Alola Ninetales is the best mid-ground, like... They do end up making this play. I can try to go for a 60% Hypnosis if I really want to, but... Yeah, we'll make that play. I unfortunately missed, so there goes my Rocks. Not a ton I can do about that. I'll go for the Veil here on the Toad. Why did this come in? Do you not know that I have Freeze Dry? I don't know if they expected me to stay in or something, but okay, that lived it very easily. Huh. I didn't think it would take it so well, but at the very least, that's okay damage for my T-Tar, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I actually end up freezing Clef on the switch in too. That's actually really bad for them. Okay, how do I want to take advantage of it? We'll go Drill and try to get up Rocks again. This is tough, but I can take the hit here, so let's go for Rocks. I don't even care about that, dude. I just want my Rocks up. The question now is, how aggressive do I be? Because they might pivot Corviknight to defog everything away at this point. No, I can't predict that. Let's go right for Iron Head. Bulk up is scary, but at the end of the day, they're not beating my Dragapult when it comes in after. Yeah, I don't know why they're just letting me damage this. It's literally pointless. Like, they're just gonna... I'm pretty sure they just put themselves in range of Specs Flamethrower for my Dragapult, right? I don't know how much bulk they have, but yeah, Specs Flamethrower should do the damage I needed to, and... Does it thaw Clef? Doesn't say that it thaws Clef, so I'm gonna assume that it doesn't. I'm able to knock that out, perfect. That's actually so good for me. Now, the big problem here is that Zera. Okay, they end up switching in Corviknight to my Specs Dragapult locked into Flamethrower. What? Okay, they thought that was the chance to defog. Well, that's dead. Out comes Kyurem. I don't know what Kyurem is trying to do, but I'll go Ninetales. Oh, it's physical DD. That's actually kind of cool. I haven't seen that very much. Subs up. Okay, well that's an issue. I think the best way to maybe do this is just use my Dragapult with the wrong ability. Okay, well that's a problem. Freeze Dry isn't gonna break. Okay, we'll sack the Dragapult if it has the wrong ability. I don't think I can use it here. I mean, I don't know if I was living this hit anyway. It depends on what move they have. If they have Outrage, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I don't think having the wrong ability is going to make a difference. I should be dead here. Yeah, I died anyway. So, they're definitely fully physical. That's obvious. I think I can go Cloyster and try to break it like that, and then try to go for the T-Tar endgame. Not the worst idea. We'll try that here. If I miss this, I lose. In fact, it might be worth it to just Icicle Spear to be a bit safer, but I think the damage is better. Let's try it. Okay, they don't do like any damage to me at all. Let's click Rock Blast again. Okay, there's that. I'm just keeping my Mew in case it ends up being the deciding factor against this thing. But right here, I think the best place to go right for an Icicle Spear and just let them knock me out. Do I go for the Mew now? I don't know if this is in range, that's the thing. I mean, I'm Adamant Life Orb. I think it might die. And Clef is frozen. Yeah, I think I can win with this right now. Let's just go for it. If they crit me, I lose, but I don't think they will. I don't think that'll make too much of a difference either. Like, I should be able to 2-hit KO them very easily, yeah. And 2 bulk ups won't help them at all because I'm still faster, so... Yeah, I don't know why this guy sacked off the Corviknight, but I'll be right back. So I have another game right here. We were able to pick up the win, but I'm honestly not very happy with how I played. I think the reason I won is because my opponent didn't play that well either. So ideally I can step up my game from here, but Ninetales looks really good because they don't have an Ice Resist, and Veil can just allow my Mew to kind of 6-0. I would love to get up Hazards, but the Corviknight's once again a Pokemon that's on their team, so it's a bit tough. I'll be offensive here and go for Rocks and then try to double on the Corviknight coming in. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I think I kind of have to. The question is, double into who? Not a lot wants to come in. I could just attack here too, like that's not the worst idea. Nah, Rocks is better. They end up making the safe Corviknight play. That tells me that the Scrafty doesn't have Drain Punch, because I feel like as though if they had Drain Punch, they would have just clicked it since they would recover whatever damage I did to them anyway. So here we'll make that Dragapult play. Yep, they go right for Defog. And I like Flamethrower, in case they end up giving me this Mon for no reason. They should go Scrafty or Clef, but I think I want to try to catch the Corviknight on their choke. You never know, right? I think getting the Flamethrower on Corviknight would be a lot more valuable than the U-turn on anything else. Like, I want to try to play off this. Maybe they go for like the random U-turn for no reason. But they do make the smart play and go Scrafty. It is what it is, obviously. They end up showing leftovers. We'll make the play into Drill again, I think. They crit a knockoff into me. Kind of bad, but obviously nothing I can do. Let's go right for Stealth Rocks, and if they go Corviknight again, I might make a different play than Drag. I could make the offensive Mew play and just start to break right now. That might be what I have to do, because... No, the only way I can win this game is with Mew. That's really true. Okay, I'm sick of this. Let's just go Cloyster and Shell Smash and see how many times I can flinch something. I want to get an opening right here, and I feel like going Dragapult is doing nothing for me, and eventually if I just keep on letting that cycle happen, I'm just going to lose, so... Let's do this. Shell Smash, let's see what play they make, and maybe I get a bit lucky right here. I think if I can flinch one thing to death, that would be like perfect, but... Okay, they're really risking this here, so they're trying to get Body Press off. Okay, well that didn't work out at all for me, huh? We'll make the Dragapult play now. Go right for Flamethrower. Okay, maybe I got careless, but I still think Mew can win. All I need is damage on Reuniclus at the end of the day, and then Mew should be able to do this. So there's Scrafty. We'll sack the Drill, as I'm actually able to hang on. They were pressure, as we saw. There's the Corviknight. Go Mew this time and Dragon Dance. Okay, this is dead. Yep, I'm able to knock that out just fine. Best case, they go Pharaoh. Yep. And I can Flare Blitz into it. There we go. So that's actually really strong because I just got rid of the Ghost Resist and now Dragapult has an actual opening. I'm just going to Psychic Fangs here for chip. Unfortunately, they didn't take as much as I thought they would, but at the very least, what I can do is try to just go for the Tyranitar endgame here. If they just go hard Corviknight though, that's a bit worse. I think the better play is to go Ninetales and Aurora Veil up. If they get up rocks, that's fine. They go for Toxic on this. Okay, didn't really anticipate that at all. Okay, I'm able to hit a Hypnosis, which is actually really strong for me. Do I still have the... I still have the wrong ability. Okay, let's go for Shadow Ball. That takes a good amount. And then they Scald Burn me, which I don't think will make too big of a difference right now. They sack off Reuniclus. It looks like that might be Assault Vest based off that damage. I don't think this guy understands that he can't really switch around. So that's dead. Pex still doesn't really want to take me on here. Yeah, there's that Spit F drop. And it might die. Yeah, it just dies. Yeah, once they sack the Scrafty, this was like always over to Dragapult, the way I see it. I did get a bit lucky with the Spit F drop, but I still had my Drill and my Weakness Policy T-Tar. And they were going to have to recover like over and over again. I'll be right back. So I have another game right here, never AFK by the way. Let's go ahead and lead off with my Dragapult, as they end up leading off with Darm. I don't really know what this wants to do, but... I mean, I can just click U-turn. I think they would probably click U-turn or go hard Mandibuzz, yeah. And this allows me to get in... I could kind of try to cheese a T-Tar win right now if I Rock Polished and then they U-turned. I kind of want to do it just to see what happens. If they go for Toxic, they go for Toxic. I'm still going to get some work in with this. Oh, this is such a bad play. This thing wins. Whatever, let's do it. No, do I not do it? I already committed to it by sending it in, but I could still switch it out. This play is horrible. Whatever. Okay, they go hard Torkoal. I don't think I'm very scared. Although, they're going to go for Wisp, so let's reverse Weather on them. Yeah, I don't think this was smart, but I kind of wanted to see whether they would U-turn or not. They went for Rocks out of all things, so I could have just killed this thing, essentially, but at least what I can do right here is get up my Aurora Veil. They go for Toxic with this. I guess we'll take the turn to get in my Drill on the next Toxic. I don't know what they were hoping would come in, but nothing that he's going to get Toxic, I can tell them that. I think I'll go for Rocks here. As they crit me through my Veil and knock me out. That is horrible. On so many levels. That's actually so bad. Okay, what can I do? T-Tar and Stone Edge immediately seems good, like a good play. If I miss this, I'm going to lose, but I need to hit it to prevent the Rabbit Spin. Yeah, if they stay in and I hit this, I think I basically automatically win, because they have no Sun for the Venusaur, and my Dragapult plus Mew just 6-0s. Okay, that lived it. But they didn't Rapid Spin, so I think I'm fine either way. I risked Stone Edge in case they tried to go Mandibuzz. Okay, so I lose my T-Tar, but I think I basically have the game at this point just due to how they played the Torkoal. Like, I should actually get another kill with T-Tar right now. This might have superpower. I don't know if that's a thing these run. Like the Crunch play. Maybe they just go for Earthquake or U-turn. And I get my Weakness Policy. That would actually be funny. Okay, so that's dead too. I think that was the Choice Scarf as well, so pretty good for me. I wonder what they do now. They could go to Celebi. Could be Nasty Plot, but I'm not scared of that. My Dragapult has the correct ability now, right? Yeah, okay. So out comes this. I don't know why. It has the wrong ability, I think. I don't... What? Is it Specs? I think it's Specs. Mandibuzz is at 87. Pretty positive this is a Spec set. My best play is to go with like Dragapult and Flamethrower, or I go Mew and Dragon Dance. Kind of like the Mew play. Yeah, I just pressured the Mandibuzz and then I kind of just went with the Dragapult like I did last game. Seems fine. Drops or Recoil? I guess Recoil. I died either way, that's fine. Yo, hold up, I could actually go Cloyster here, but they have the... Oh, it was Boots. I think I'm dumb. Yeah, it was definitely Boots. My bad. Icicle Spear, knock that out. They can go like Ninetales here, but I think at this point I win with both of my last mons, kind of. So out comes this. I'll try to get a Ninetales and keep this in case I can get a Veil. They crit a Psychic, scary, but they're leftovers, okay, so not as scary. Let's make sure everything's doing half damage. And then, like I mentioned, I should be able to sweep using Flamethrower with this. Unless they crit me again, you know, that would be a thing. Don't crit me, please. Okay, I did hang on, but I should be fine. Because Celebi is gonna die, and then even if Venusaur lives, it can't kill me with anything. Yeah, this can't kill me. I'm just gonna Flamethrower. I think it'll just die too. Like, this thing is really strong. And then Flamethrower, if it doesn't kill the Celebi, will put it in range of Ice Shard, so... The Dragapult's gonna wrap this one up for us. I guess I could just switch out and go for the Shadow Ball too, but I'll be right back. So we see a third Corviknight, which is definitely tough. That mon really doesn't do my team any favors, but I'll try to play around it right now. We managed to beat the other two ones. I'll go ahead and lead off with... So Drill is good, but I really don't want to just give them the Sash and then they go Corviknight to Defog. They could go Komodo. Let's just lead Alola Ninetales. Yeah, they do end up leading Komodo, so... Let's go for Aurora Veil. I mean, these generally don't run Moonblast, and they might just expect me not to have it here. Would be really risky, though, yeah. So they end up hard switching in Gengar. I can perhaps just get a Freeze Dry, or I could go like T-Tar too. That's not a bad idea. Shadow Ball hurts, but I take it. I like the really aggressive Dragapult play here on the Komodo, and then I can just... Let's follow up my aggressive play with another aggressive play and not have that work out. Okay, I could have just Draco'd and O-Code it. I really wanted to try to catch Clef or Corviknight to force them to recover. I didn't think they would just leave this in. To Earthquake out of everything, by the way. Let's go ahead and go Ninetales then. Yeah, now they go Clef. So obviously that didn't work out. I'll try to put this to sleep. And then maybe use the turn to get up rocks. Although they're gonna go Corviknight here. Whatever, let's still click it. And then let's go Dragapult. Actually, let's go Cloyster? No, Cloyster is a win condition. Although it could win here. Yeah, I guess we could try it, because it's gonna give me something, whether I... And I kind of need something right now, so let's see. I'll live the Sucker Punch from Bisharp if that's what they try to do. Let's go right for Icicle Spear. I'll live it for sure. They might try to knock off, and if I get the flinch, that's perfect. Yep, I'm able to eat that up. I'm hoping that this can put them in range. It looks like it will put them in range of Ice Shard. Yep, that is Ice Shard range. Let's knock that out, and this might just win depending on their Gengar's speed. If it's Choice Scarf with Timid, it outspeeds me, because I'm 239 instead of 262. Actually, no, it would outspeed me anyway, because I'm pretty sure 262 goes up to 524, and this is 525 with the Choice Scarf, so... Yeah, I shouldn't outspeed Gengar if it's Choice Scarf, so I guess that's what they might try to use here. The question is, what about my Ice Shard? Would that do anything to that Gengar? Okay, it doesn't kill. I could go for the flinch. Or I could just bank on them not being Choice Scarf. I mean, they haven't gone out into it yet. How much did they do to my T-Tar earlier with Shadow Ball? It did 7. So I have a feeling that's probably Choice Scarf. Okay, I don't know what set they are. Was that with Veil Up? That might have been with Veil Up. Yeah, that was definitely Veil. So 7 with Veil. They might be Modest Scarf then? Actually, wait a minute. If I put this at -2... Okay, so they're just offensive, clearly, because even -2 Veil can just do... Well, -2 is the Veil. They can do 7. Let's see what they do now. I mean, they're really thinking about it. I think you just go Gengar, but... If you're not Choice Scarf, then you just lose. Unless... I mean, Corviknight can probably take the hit, but I think if you take the hit with Corviknight, you just lose anyway. Because then my, my Mew, as well as my Dragapult, just have an easier time. I really need to get rid of Scarf Gengar, so I think if it comes in, I'll just Ice Shard it, because if I can get that Ice Shard off, it'll put it really low, and then I can just go for an endgame with the Dragon Dance Mew. I hope he doesn't leave, because I think this is a game I can pretty easily win, and I kind of want to see whether I choke it away or not. Come on, dude, pick. Don't do this to me. 30 seconds, yeah, I don't think he's coming back. Maybe he does, you never know. 30 seconds. Yeah, generally when people take this long, they just don't come back, but some people like to wait until the last second and then pick just to, you know, trigger the opponent, but I don't really care about that. I want to play this, so let's see. 10 seconds, yeah, I don't think it's happening. Come on, Demo. 5. Yeah, well, that's that, I guess. I'll be right back. Alright, unfortunate that that guy didn't come back. I think I had a very good shot of winning that game. Normally, I would just cut a game like that out, but I definitely want to include everything that I do with the team that I'm featuring. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. I want to record everything that I do with the teams that I build while I'm using them, because I generally won't go back to teams, so I'm just going to put everything in. Let me go ahead and lead off with my drill. So it ends up being Gengar. I could easily Earthquake this right away, and I will. Like, if there's Sash, there's Sash, but I kind of want to get rid of this because if it's Choice Scarf, that's a really big, annoying Pokemon for my Mew and Cloyster. I mean, the Hydreigon could be the Scarf too. Honestly, I have no idea, but I'm thinking that... So another thing I could try to do right here is go hard T-Tar, but they could catch me with a Focus Blast, and I could, like, preserve the Sash for Bisharp, but I think I can beat that anyway. So they end up going hard Gara. So the thing about hard Gara is, I have okay responses. I think the best initial one is going to be my Dragapult to Draco it. Thunderwave okay. Well, that's not what I expected. Obviously, I got lucky there with the miss. That's for sure. So I don't think my Draco Meteor is killing at all, and obviously I don't want to take one of those Thunder Waves. So let's just go back to Drill. This mind game's tough. I don't want to go for the Earthquake into Gara. I would love to get up rocks, but if they clicked spin on my rock, that would be like really annoying. Let's just go for EQ. Figured they would make the safe play, but I didn't want to do anything with it. We'll make the Ninetales play now. They go for Waterfall immediately this time, smart. So the thing is, they should know I have Freeze Dry. I'll take the turn to get up Veil. I mean, maybe they don't care. Maybe they just want to throw off T-Waves because, you know, people love clicking that yellow move, but... I mean, this guy might play smarter, you never know. I don't think he would give me this. Like, look at Mold Breaker Drill after this thing dies. That thing just goes on a tear. Like, I don't see why he would risk it. Drill coming in. Okay, I can go right for the Aurora Veil. Do I know anything about this? It never attacked. It never did anything. Okay. So, I wonder if they're Vacuum Wave Lucario. I don't know what this is. Like, I really wish I had more information. Okay, it's Scarf and it goes for Rocks. That's like the last thing I expected. So I get a free Freeze Dry here. Or I could take the turn to get in my Drill on like something coming in. I don't really care what. And by doing so, I can get up my Rocks and force Gyarados back in. And that's actually pretty good for me. If they stay in here, good read, but I don't think they're risking this. Like, they should know they need it for my Mew as well as my Drag. Okay, if they're Vacuum Wave Lucario, I think I just lose this, but... Yeah, because like all of my setup sweepers hate that, plus Bisharp. So I don't know what this wants to do. I think it could be worth it to just Iron Head it down. Yeah, I'm just gonna get damage for my Draco Meteor. They might actually... Do they have Dragon Dance on it? Let's go for a Rapid Spin. How about that? Okay, I gotta flinch that turn. We'll make the Alola Ninetales play here. Go right for Freeze Dry. Ideally, I'm able to knock this out. I'm pretty sure that the Excadrill has burned no sleep turns. So it's guaranteed, what, 2 turns and then it wakes up, right? I never use sleep-inducing moves, so I genuinely have no idea how they work, but... I think there's a chance of him waking up the second turn, right? Like, what I'll do here is go for Freeze Dry. Actually, it might be smart to just get the guaranteed 8 turns of Veil again. Yeah, let's do that. How about that? And then... If I can get a bit lucky and they stay asleep, Freeze Dry might put them in range of Hail, but it looks like that wasn't the case. Okay, we'll make the Dragapult play as the Iron Head. I didn't want them Rapid Spinning. That was really the big thing right there. Because if they were Sash Gengar or they're like randomly Sash Lucario, I want those broken. So here's this. I don't really know what this wants to do, but my best play is to not attack it. My best play is to go Ninetales, I think. No, because that's just setup fodder. We'll look at that play anyway. As they have Brick Break, okay. I'll try to make some maneuvers here with Hail. They just Brick Break again. Okay, that's bad. So we don't see a Life Orb, but it could be Black Glasses. How well does my Mew want to take that on? Yeah, I'm not playing very well this game, huh? Close combat. Sucker Punch won't kill me if it's... Could kill me if it's Black Glasses. It's very unlikely, though. I might have to go off a roll like that, and then maybe try to go for an endgame with T-Tar plus Drag. Because Drag can actually solo if I get rid of this thing. The other play is just going Cloyster here, but I will die to whatever they click plus Sucker Punch, I believe, so I'm gonna make the Mew play and just hope I get that roll. Let's go right for Flare Blitz. I don't want them pivoting to Gengar. And if they go Gyarados, it should die to Psychic Fangs after. Oh, when did we see Rocky Helmet? Was I attacking that with my Drill's Iron Head? I was. Okay, dude, just don't get the max roll with Black Glasses Sucker Punch, and I should be able to win this game. In fact, I think I do win this game if I get that roll. Because Gyarados doesn't stop any of my guys in the back. If they were like really crazy, they would go from this to Hydreigon on potentially close combat and then Scarf Dark Pulse me, but I think that's very unlikely. I also completely forgot how weather works. Like, if I get hit by Veil first, does that mean I'm faster? Not Veil, Hail. I'm pretty sure it does. I know that it didn't work like that with Terrains from what I remember. Like, Terrains, if you got Grassy Terrain Recovery first, you weren't necessarily faster, but I'm pretty sure if you get hit by Hail first, you're faster. And then obviously, you can switch out first, and if you switch out first, then they also switch, you know, you're faster, but I'm gonna have to double check on that, because I used to use weather a lot back in Gen 7, and I haven't used any weather or like sleep moves since then. Obviously, I've used sand a few times, but a lot of my sand teams just generally run Pokemon that don't get affected by sand, so this is dead. Smart of them to keep the Bisharp. I definitely have to acknowledge that. If I had Sucker Punch right here, I think I would just win, but I don't. Because their way to revenge me is Gengar, right? Yeah. So if I had Sucker Punch, that would be perfect, but I don't. I think I might win now, though, with my Rock Polish T-Tar, just because they sacked off the Lucario, which is probably the priority option for me. Right here, I mean, they're gonna go for Shadow Ball, right? Hypnosis, okay. That's interesting. Don't really know what to think about that other than bad. Because they can get in Bisharp here and try to SD. Actually, wait a minute, they can't, right? Because I burned the Sleep Turn, then I guaranteed Wake Up, I'm pretty sure, so... The problem is, if I sack this off right here, they can just Hypnosis whatever comes in after. But I could revenge with the Dragapult, and that would kind of prevent it, so... Yeah, I'll leave it in. They go right for Shadow Ball. We'll make the Dragapult play, because if I didn't... Like, I could go T-Tar, but I don't know what they're set yet. They could have the Focus Blast, and if T-Tar dies, I lose, straight up. That's really all there is to that. We'll make the Shadow Ball play here, as they sack the Gyarados. If they go Bisharp, I think I have to go hard... No, I have to attack it, and then go hard Cloyster after. Well, I attack it, sack this, then go Cloyster and try to revenge. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, no Defiant Boost is really good. I think the best play is to maybe Shell Smash. Does +2 Adamant kill this? Where is my Pokemon? Am I blind? There we go. I shard at +2 is not killing. It could be a speed tie here, actually. Just gonna attack it. Okay, now they're going to go Gengar Abi. I mean, they could actually go either one. I think if they're Focus Blast to Gengar and they hit it into T-Tar, they should have this. If I can Rock Polish up for free, I should have it myself. Okay, there's no way Cloyster takes a Gengar hit, right? Like, I know Cloyster's decent, but yeah, I die. What are they thinking about going Hydreigon? If Hydreigon is mixed with Superpower, they win too. Yeah, it literally comes down to their moves, because... Let's see. If they go Gengar, they should just attack. They end up going Hydreigon. I don't think this wins them the game. I don't Ice Shard here and then win with Tyranitar now? Unless they actually have Superpower. That would be the thing. I don't think they do, though. Let's see what it is. It's Life Orb. I might actually be able to knock them out with Crunch after if they take Life Orb plus Sand here. And that would be the guaranteed W. Yeah, Crunch should do 17, but in case it doesn't, I don't want to risk a crit into me. T-Tar, I don't even know why I'm calculating this. It's definitely going to do 17. Yep, and then the Gengar cannot win. Because I have the +2. And we know that it's not Choice Scarf. There we go, and yeah, that's going to be that. I'll be right back. Alright, I have another game right here. This guy's always running around with like the most boring team on the ladder, but it works, so I can't really blame him for it. Let's see what I can do right here. I kind of like Ninetales as a lead, but... Okay, so he has Corviknight, Aegislash, Drill. This one's going to be like pretty tough, because obviously Corviknight gives my team a hard time, as I've already seen. Sylveon walls my Dragapult. I can maybe win with my Dragon Dance Mew, but I need to outplay Aegislash's King Shield, and I need to get damage on Sylveon, and also scout what the Scarf is. Like, it could be Scarf Dragapult, which would be kind of bad. Who's in here? I wonder what this guy's thinking about. You either lead off with a Drill to get up your hazards. Well, actually, it would probably be Rock's Komodo on this team. It actually is looking like that, because I think it would be Rock's Komodo, maybe like Spin SD Drill, and then... Okay, this could have Steel Wing, so I'm gonna scout for it. Yeah, no point in dying to Steel Wing. It goes right for U-turn, so I got scared out for nothing. I got like pretty... That was a pretty aggressive play, I know, but I think it's worth it. Let's go for Ninetales on the Hyper Voice, or Moonblast for the Komodo. I'll get up Veil here, as unfortunately the Moonblast is able to hit there. I'll try to put this to sleep, because if I did, that would actually make my Dragapult kind of a threat. Oh, we put Aegislash to sleep. That's kind of good, actually. Should I just take damage on this? That could be worth it. Okay, he tries to go Dragapult. This probably has Infiltrators, so I can't really stay in. Although, what's stopping me, right? Like, I can just continue to sit here and click Freeze Dry. And the more he tries to predict, the more I'm going to get damage on this for Cloyster. Let's get Hail back up. I just want damage on this for Cloyster to potentially win this game, because I think that's my best win condition, and that should be enough damage now. So what I'll do right here is go... Yo, hold up, we could go T-Tar and Rock Polish behind Veil. That could win me the game right now. That could be so funny. Okay, they go for Steel Beam and die. I'm just gonna take the hit into Komodo, I think. Yeah, let's just crunch it. I do like no damage at all, but I think that's fine. I can maybe try to go like Mew here, I think. Mew could be good. Yeah, we'll make that play in Dragon Dance. Goes right for Rocks. Can't I D-Dance again? And just kind of win. Sylveon's look healthy, but I don't know if it takes Adamant Life Orb. That gets dropped. I don't know what that play was. This will drop to Flare Blitz. Good scout. We'll make the Psychic Fangs play. They have to lose another Mon here. So they're gonna give me that. Is there a guaranteed win? I think there is. Let's go Drill on their Drill. They win the tie. I think if I'm able to get this Shell Smash off, I should win. So just don't flinch me and I win. That's really what it is. Okay, there we go. Like an Icicle Spear. And then Ice Shard should kill easily. So that's going to be that. And that is going to be the live. I did hope you all enjoyed. You can find the team down below in the description. I think we went 6-0, right? The first game I wasn't very happy with how I played from what I remember, but I think I definitely stepped up my game from there and recognized when I needed to make something happen and when I should have just played a bit more safe. Obviously in that last game, that play into Dragapult at the beginning was really risky, but I don't think I could win if I lost my Alola Ninetales turn 1 to a Steel Wing Dragapult, right? That was the big thing right there, but obviously I did hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.